Good afternoon, folks. Ari here from Direct Auto Outlet in Fair Oaks, California. I've got this gorgeous 2007 Mercury Mariner Hybrid, same as the Ford Escape Hybrid for you, and this will be a test drive and driving impression video of this vehicle as we get it on the road, put it through its paces, and take you along with us for the ride so that you can see and hear everything that we see and hear. Now, we do have an in-depth walk-around video of this vehicle where we go through the ins and outs and demonstrate its many functions and features for you today. We'll include links to both videos in the description portion of the ad, anywhere you see this vehicle for sale. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and start on our test drive video, where we'll be giving you all of our commentary, observations, and opinions as we go along. Well, I'm a very big fan of these Mariner hybrids and these Ford Escape hybrids. We've probably sold more of these than any other single type of vehicle in our 17-year history here, because they are just so fabulous. As a matter of fact, most of my friends and family who trust my opinion and find me as the car guy in their life drive these as well, because when it comes time for them to purchase a vehicle, they ask me, Ari, what should I buy? And I oftentimes either put them in or recommend to them a Ford Escape Hybrid, same as the Mercury Mariner Hybrid, or I recommend a Fusion Hybrid for them. They are just absolutely fabulous. Many people call these the vehicle that Ford accidentally made great. And it's not much of an accident if you know a little bit about the history of the vehicle. In 2005, when Ford introduced the Ford Escape Hybrid / Mercury Mariner Hybrid, they did not want to dump the additional time and into research and development or the additional money, because they didn't know if the hybrid technology was going to be a hit. It was something new, and they didn't know if it was going to take off, if they didn't want to make a whole other division just for hybrid vehicles. So they reached out to Toyota, which is the leader in hybrid technology, and they've been doing it the longest, and Toyota provided them the hybrid system for this vehicle. So much of this vehicle underneath this Ford shell is a Toyota, and to many of you that should not be a surprise. That's what makes this vehicle so great. This vehicle came in a non-hybrid version with a 4-cylinder in it and a 6-cylinder in it, and they were very mediocre vehicles. They weren't fabulous, but the hybrid version of this vehicle was absolutely fabulous. One of the longest lasting and lowest cost of ownership vehicles that you can get out there. This particular one has 162,300 miles, is in beautiful condition, has a one-owner vehicle history report showing no accidents and no damage. Wood trim throughout, is in beautiful condition as well. You have a 6-CD in-dash changer. You also have a self-dimming rear view mirror, power windows, power mirrors. I apologize for the delay, folks. It's just that time of day where it is congested and crowded. The door panels are in great shape. The cloth seats are in beautiful condition with minimal signs of wear and tear. This is a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. It's an Atkinson cycle engine, and the Atkinson cycle basically just refers to the stroke in which the way the internals of the engine work. And basically many hybrid vehicles use the Atkinson cycle technology. That is also the case with the Toyota models as well. Very smooth, very quiet. As a matter of fact, the only thing I hear is slight rattle of that rear tailgate, which oftentimes can just be adjusted. There are these little rubber stops that can be turned, and as you turn them, they'll hold grip on that tailgate a little bit firmer or softer depending on what your needs are. And once you adjust those, that squeak will typically go away. But this vehicle drives straight. When you're going straight, the steering wheel is dead center 12 o'clock. It's got plenty of power, although I wouldn't call it fast. I would call it enough. You can keep up with traffic without a problem. It's got, decent passing power, but it's a hybrid vehicle. These are designed to get 30, 35 miles per gallon, depending on what your driving habits look like. And they're not going to be speed. They're not going to be rockets. They're not sports cars, but they do what they're supposed to do quite well. They have a large cabin with plenty of passenger space, plenty of cargo space inside, and they're extremely comfortable to drive. Braking comes on smoothly, although brakes on these hybrid vehicles feel a little bit different because you also have the regenerative braking, which also contributes to your brake pads lasting longer, because the regenerative brakes slow down your vehicle so that your brake pads don't have to. So your brakes are not working as hard, and neither is your gasoline engine if you think about it. So in a typical hybrid vehicle, you're getting about 70% gasoline engine, ICE engine, internal combustion engine, and you're getting about 30% electric. So if you go about 100,000 miles in one of these hybrids, chances are 30,000 plus miles of those were pure electric miles. So even though your odometer may say 100,000 miles, your gasoline engine has only worked maybe about 70,000 of those miles. Your brakes aren't working quite as hard either, so a lot less wear and tear on your regular car components. Now this section of road, folks, has a lot of uneven pavement, rough roads, lots of potholes, and it really puts the suspension of the vehicle through its paces. And if there's typically any excessive amounts of wear and tear in the suspension, we'll feel it here. It's not an exact science. Sometimes there is a little bit of movement, sometimes there isn't. It doesn't mean that the suspension is either perfect or it isn't. But if it's really that bad, usually it'll show itself. And again, all I'm hearing is a little bit of squeaking from that rear door. I'll have to adjust that and then go for another test drive to make sure that that has gone away. This next stretch of road, folks, we're going to be doing a 0 to 60 acceleration pull. Well, we'll go up a hill with the air conditioning blasting, as you can see, and see how fast we can get from 0 to 60 miles per hour. This is not going to be super quick again. This is a hybrid vehicle, but I'll zoom into the cluster just to show you I'm at a complete stop. And 3, 2, 1, and go. About 60% throttle right now, 70% throttle. Air conditioning is on, going up a hill, and we're at 60 miles per hour. Wouldn't call that fast or slow, you know, it just kind of is what you would expect for an SUV with a 4-cylinder engine. Other than that, it's very smooth, very quiet on the inside, not a lot of road noise anywhere around. The tires are real smooth, the brakes feel great, and the air conditioning is blowing ice cold. There was a point, I want to say it was probably 2016 or 2017, where the entire perimeter of our parking lot was filled with Ford Escape hybrids, Mercury Mariner hybrids, and even Mazda Tribute hybrids. They made even less Tribute hybrids than they did Mariner hybrids, and there was a period in time where Ford Motor Company and Mazda were married, and they had stake in one another. Ford actually owned much of Mazda, and they actually made a version of this car with a Mazda badge on it as well, although the hybrid version of that car was a lot harder to find, and there was really no benefit to go in there. Each of these, really, whether you go Ford, Mazda, or Mercury, really the only difference is going to be the shape of the headlights, taillights, the grille, and then just the badge on the center of your steering wheel. There are certain little changes, like the type of wood trim that's used throughout, but there's really not much difference at all, folks. These are the same vehicle, dressed up a little bit differently. The Ford version of this vehicle was the most common version, and that's what you're going to see the most of, followed by the Mercury, and then lastly by the Mazda. Folks, if you enjoyed this video, please do give us a big old thumbs up, smash that like button, and then make sure you also hit the bell notification icon so you can be notified of all of our future videos. And don't forget to subscribe. We would love to have you as a subscriber. We really are focusing on growing our YouTube channel this year, and we cannot do it without your help. So please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. For those of you watching us from out of state or out of town, do want to remind you we also do have affordable nationwide shipping and transport services available as well. So just give us a call, drop us a note, shoot us an email, and we'll get you a quote on what it would take to get this vehicle from our doorstep to yours. So don't be shy. Trade-ins are welcome. Extended warranties are available. And if you have any other questions, concerns, or comments, anything that wasn't covered in the ads or the videos, you may give me a call directly and get me at area code 916-765-7575, or find us 24/7, 365 days a year on our website, which is www.directauto.com. As we pull in here, folks, I do want to say thank you for joining us and sticking with us throughout the entirety of this video. We certainly do appreciate it. We hope to have the opportunity to see and interact with each and every one of you in the near future. Thank you so much, folks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.